So what is strategy? In the 1980s, the newly appointed MD of a small engineering company, William Cook, was under pressure to rejuvenate his financially troubled business. Andrew Cook had taken over as MD at a particularly bad time. Recession and industry decline had bitten hard into the British castings industry. Companies that had grown quickly and overextended themselves were now faced with problems of declining demand and closure. Despite being more than 140 years old, William Cook was hard hit by changes in its environment and was itself in great difficulty. In spite of his experience of working in the industry, all the knowledge that Andrew Cook had acquired over the years did not make the job he had to do any easier. He knew that the company's current strategy was not working. He also knew that it was up to him to develop a new one. But what exactly should go into this new strategy? And how should he go about developing one? All good questions, you might say. But despite their seeming simplicity, these questions actually address one of the most controversial issues in management today. People seem to disagree about almost every aspect of strategy making that these questions raise. They disagree about which issues to address. They disagree about the processes of developing strategy. And they even disagree as to whether one can actually think about strategy at all. One practical approach to answering these questions is to examine the companies whose strategies have not only been fundamentally different from those of their competitors, but have also turned out to be tremendously successful. By studying these successful companies, I believe we can develop a deeper understanding of what to do to create a superior business strategy. When you do this, it's possible to see that there are certain simple but practical principles underlying every successful strategy. And when you go beyond the surface differences in such strategies and probe more deeply into them, you can't fail but notice that all successful strategies share the same underlying principles. Thus, the principles behind Zara's successful strategy are essentially the same as those which propelled Marks and Spencer's to leadership more than 125 years ago. My argument is that by understanding these basic principles, any manager can design and develop a successful business strategy.